Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, the movie lover here. Welcome back to another episode of After I Saw. One of my most anticipated movies, not only of the summer, but of the year. There was a trailer that was released, I believe, last year, like December. I don't know, but all that I know is this was truly one of my most anticipated movies of the summer, okay? I am a Spider-Man fan. Back then, I dressed up as Spider-Man. I've been a fan of Spider-Man since I was like 6 or 7 years old. I saw Spider-Man 3, which I did like at the time, but growing up, I totally see the flaws now. And pretty much, I enjoyed the first two Spider-Man movies a lot. First movie's pretty good, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. Second movie is still my favorite in the series. Third movie wasn't very good. I think that would have to be my least favorite Spider-Man movie. Yeah, yeah. And to be honest, I do enjoy the Amazing Spider-Man movies. The two Amazing Spider-Man movies. Even the second one, I didn't think the second one was complete shit. I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, it's not a perfect movie. I really thought the last act of the movie didn't make any sense, pretty much. So, pretty much people had mixed opinions on this. Some people really enjoyed the trailer to this, some people didn't. And so, yeah, let's get into it. So, Spider Man Homecoming. And it's called Homecoming because, it's basically him as Spider Man, but a lot of it has him in high school, pretty much. And there's this thing called Homecoming. So, a young Peter Parker, of course, played by Tom Holland, who was in Captain America Civil War, who made his sensational debut in Captain America Civil War. Yeah, I said it twice. Begins to navigate his newfound identity as the web-slinging superhero. But he's thrilled by his experience with the Avengers. Peter returns home, where he lives with his Aunt May, under the watchful eye of his new mentor, Tony Stark. Once again played by the one and only Robert Downey Jr., Peter tries to fall back into his normal daily routine, distracted by thoughts of proving himself to be more than just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. But when the Vulture, played by Michael Keaton, who was Batman and Birdman, and he was in a bunch of other movies too, he emerges as a new villain. Everything that Peter holds most importantly will be threatened. And there is a twist of who, I wouldn't say a full twist. It's kind of like you find out who the villain is, who pretty much, yeah, near like the last act of the movie, pretty much. So I don't want to spoil anything because I easily had a great time with this movie. This movie was a lot of fun. It shows that a superhero movie just doesn't have to be about superpowers or stuff like that. The beginning to the movie was actually really interesting. Like Peter Parker has like I'll have some mild spoilers, so there's like a mild scene, well, not really mild, like after the Marvel logo pops up, we see a scene where Peter Parker has a taping, and pretty much it's pretty much where he is in, scenes from Civil War, Captain America Civil War, and pretty much, yeah. What this movie really works with, what really works about this movie is Tom Holland truly is born to play Spider-Man. He is the best Spider-Man in film. All right, I liked Tobey Maguire and I didn't mind Andrew Garfield, but I felt were too old to play Spider-Man because Spider-Man is a teenager in high school. See, Andrew Garfield, he looks a lot older. I'm not saying he was a bad Spider-Man. I'm just saying he looked a little bit too old to play Spider-Man. See, because I was really surprised when he was in Hacksaw Ridge, but turns out it felt like he grew too fast. But it turns out he wasn't exactly a teenager in The Amazing Spider-Man. But Tom Holland truly shows that he's Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is, of course, a teenager. But I know I keep repeating myself over and over again. But this movie isn't just about him as Spider-Man. He gets through stuff at school, in high school, and one of his friends finds out that he is Spider-Man, and he needs to keep it a secret so people won't freak out and try to hurt him or anything. And it certainly brings more power to it. And see, this movie is just really hard to explain. I'm just giving the most positive things I can say about this movie. As for issues with the movie, I felt like this isn't really a huge. This is kind of a no-brainer, but villains in movies nowadays don't really fit in that much because they pretty much feel like they're the same old villains. But pretty much, I'm not saying the main villain, I forgot what his name was, isn't a bad villain or anything. I just felt like he's just your same old typical villain like you see in every single Marvel movie. And pretty much, with that aspect of the movie, that's one of the only problems I have with the movie. But this is a truly entertaining and funny, probably the funniest Spider-Man film, and it has the most humor, and I could say it's the most colorful looking Spider-Man film. It doesn't go for that dark and serious route like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man and the Amazing Spider-Man movies try to do. No, they go for a more fun and comedic tone that works really well. And there are some Easter eggs here, like there was an Easter egg in the trailer, when his friends ask, "Do you know Captain America?" And then he goes, "Stole his shield." There are stuff that were in the trailer that aren't in the movies, so that wasn't in the movie. Like pretty much, you could say that was a tease. Yeah, it's a teaser trailer. Almost every single movie has a teaser trailer because there are scenes in the teaser that aren't actually in the movie. They just put them there. But yeah, overall, I had a really fun time with Spider-Man: Homecoming. I will say it's not as good as Logan, which came out this year. I would say this is probably my second favorite superhero film of the year. Wonder Woman would have to be my third. So yeah, definitely go see this one. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. Would it make my top 10 favorites of the year list? I'm not quite sure. The year isn't over yet. I still next week. I really hope a Ghost Story comes out. I really hope a Ghost Story comes out in more theaters because I was really hoping it would come out this week, but it didn't. But I will definitely try to be seeing it because I really want to see that as well. And next week, I'm absolutely going to see War for the Planet of the Apes. So yeah. Oh yeah, one more thing about this movie. If you expected, because Iron Man is in the trailer a lot, but don't worry, guys, he's not in the movie that much. He's like in 4 scenes, so it's not a Spider-Man Iron Man film. So yeah. But anyways, that is it for this video, and I will see you guys later. Word out.